do they get up and leave? Why do they get up and leave? Tell you they love you, then get up and leave.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the episode of the NBA Recap. Yesterday, back doing another video, back doing another episode. And today, we're going to talk about some of the games that went on yesterday and maybe some of the games that went on the day before. I know what you're thinking, okay? I know what you're thinking. Why didn't your ass post? You was posting every single day, and now Saturday you don't want to post? Listen, okay? I had a lot of stuff going on that Saturday, but when I got back home, I was tired, so I really didn't feel like filming that day, even though there were a lot of great games I wanted to, but I was like really tired, so let me sleep this day off. I posted every single day leading up to that day, and obviously I was a week since I started my channel, so obviously it was supposed to be like a good video day, but obviously things don't pan out that way. So you're gonna get a video today, man. You're gonna get a video today, okay? My guy. Alright, let me stop. But real talk, I did not have the energy to post on Saturday, but I will post today, and obviously you're gonna like this video because it's fire. Because I'm always that I'm like that guy. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it is. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, without further ado, let's get into these games. The first game we'll talk about is the Cavs beat the Sixers in overtime, man. Hey man, Sixers fans, how you feel about this loss, man? I think you're just oh, never mind, because the Nets lost as well. But hey, Joel Embiid had a big game, you know what I'm saying? I think he had 42 and 15, something like that. And Joel Embiid trying to prove he's the MVP, man. Will he win MVP this year? Who still knows? Ben Simmons had an okay game. Ben Simmons hit a three. Oh my gosh, he hit a three. I know it's a big deal for Sixer fans for some reason that when Ben Simmons hit the three, or any NBA fan when he hits a three, everyone goes nuts. But yeah, I mean, I know he can't shoot, but he's gonna hit a three at some point. Even Ben Simmons. Obviously, there's no Tobias Harris's game, so I guess you can give them that. There's no Tobias Harris game, but it's still the Cavs who were on like a 10-game losing streak until like the game before last. So Colin Sexton had a big game. Darius Garland, I think had a career high big game. Jared Allen continued to cook, man. That's a future big three in my opinion. I really hope they do develop well. I feel like when that big three finally becomes who they are, I think they're gonna be a very good team in the East, especially in the East. The East is pretty easy. Like I said, those guys had a big game. I think they're really good for the future. Hopefully, they get things right in their in their coaching staff, in their locker room. Everything happens that makes this team successful. But yeah, man, good win for them, and hopefully they can get back to where they were beginning of the season, where they were 10-11, beating up on good teams. Next thing we'll talk about is the Wizards beat the T-Wolves, man. The Wizards are back on their shit. Let's go. Wizards, obviously, I think they now won their 7 of last 8, which is great for them. I'm finally glad that they finally able to put things together. Beating these good teams and getting back to that stardom that we thought they were going to be. I really thought they were going to be a playoff sleeper this year for the East, but hey, things happen. But I'm glad they're finally figuring things out. Bradley Beal's still doing Bradley Beal thing. Russell Westbrook being Russell Westbrook, giving you a triple double, man. He gets in his sleep, man, and Bradley Beal gets a quick 30 points in his sleep, man. So it happens, and just gotta move on. For the T-Wolves, man, not much to say about this. Not much to say about this team, man. They're losing streak. No, I believe no Malik Beasley for some reason. I don't know, but yeah, it happens, man. It happens. There's just no really much to say about this T-Wolves team, man. Maybe when they get D'Angelo Russell, they might change. Probably not, but hey, man, this is one of my sleeper teams. I guess I was wrong on this one. All right, I'm usually not wrong on teams that are being sleepers in the playoffs, but hey, happens. Move on. Next thing we'll talk about is the Spurs beat up on the Pelicans, man. DeMar DeRozan trying to the All-Star snub, man, trying to make his case for why he should have been an All-Star, man. Give you 32 and 11 with like 1 rebound, but still 32 and 11. I think DeJounte Murray had a pretty good game. I watched like bits and pieces of this game. It was like on my other monitor, so I had to tune in a little bit. DeJounte Murray still being a menace. I don't care what nobody says. He's a menace, bro. This team is very good. I believe they're fourth or fifth in the West, man. It's a very sleeper team, man. I'm gonna try and tune into more Spurs games. I feel like I've been neglecting them a lot, and I really should tune into more of those Spurs games because they're kind of interesting to watch. LaMarcus Aldridge coming off the bench, man, is kind of interesting. I don't know if they're getting ready to ship him. They got Jacopo in the starting lineup. So who knows, man? This team, they're obviously not a contender, but at the same time, they're still a sleeper team that like beat up on the good teams. I believe they beat up on some really good teams. So hey, this is a game. This is a game that was weird. But at the same time, it was fun to watch. For the Pelicans, man, such a weird team. I don't understand what is so weird about this team. I don't know how Stan Van Gundy coaches in the locker room, but hey, they're such a weird team in my eyes, man. They'll one game they'll look dominant. They'll beat up on the Celtics, man, who are on a losing streak. They'll beat up on the Celtics. They'll take them overtime, beat them, and then they'll lose to the Spurs. I know the Spurs are a good team, but this is a game that the Pelicans should have won. Obviously, Zion Williamson didn't have a great game, even though he had 23 and 14. But Brandon Ingram had a decent game with 29 and something, and they didn't win. I don't understand that they're two stars that give you 20 plus points, and you guys cannot win. Doesn't make any sense. I think their supporting cast may need some help, man. Lonzo Ball's been shooting the ball pretty well, but I don't know about this game, but he's been shooting the ball pretty well. Um, he's a pretty good and actually letting him do his game. I'm glad Sam McGunney actually is actually letting him like do his game so like he can be successful. So yeah, who knows, man? Will Alonzo Ball get traded? Who knows? Next game I want to talk about is the Nuggets beat the Thunder, man. Nuggets obviously. I mean, it's the Thunder, but at the same time, the Thunder's really good. The Nuggets, man. Nikola Jokic had a big triple double. Um, Jamal Murray still doing Jamal Murray things. Finally starting to be consistent, which I like from seeing from him. Finally, man. Finally. And for I think Jokic, like I said, Jokic had a pretty big triple double. He does this in 19 point triple double. I just still do think he's taking a bit of a step back with the scoring, which I'm okay with, but he's still taking a bit of a step back with the scoring. Obviously, letting Jamal Murray cook as we've seen. So, hey, it happens. That's how their team works, man. That's how their team works. It's gonna happen like that. You feel me? For the Thunder, man, the Thunder they lost. Shady Gilch Alexander didn't really have a great game. I know Darius Bazley had a great game. I like watching Darius Bazley play. Lou Dort had a terrible game in my opinion. He only had like ended up with 2 points. So hey, it happens. You move on. Thunder is still a great team. I don't know why you guys still stay competitive even though you're in a rebuilding stage. But hey, you guys still staying competitive. Al Horford finally playing to his money that he was given. So great job for him. Next thing we're talking about is the Knicks beat the Pacers, man. The Knicks, man. You guys are a 500 team now. Y'all should be celebrating, bro. Everyone thought Knicks basketball was dead, but hey, Tom Thibodeau has relived it, re-revived it, and now y'all are back to being a 500 team, man. Congrats to y'all. It's been a long time. I know Knicks fans have been in the dark for a while, but hey, y'all are back. You better put some respect on Frank Ntilikina's name, man. He got that game winning still for you. But hey, who knows, man? For the Pacers, man, the Pacers, man. They've been on a bit of a losing streak recently. I believe Domantas Sabonis is still trying to do what Domantas Sabonis does, being an All-Star now. He's now an All-Star, so it's really hard for them to work through their things. But hey, I think they're still going to be a playoff team. I don't care what he says. They're still a great team in my eyes, and they're still going to fix whatever is going on. But hey, it's gonna work through the motions, man. You gotta respect the Knicks now, man. They're a winning team. They're winning. They're a 500 team now, so you gotta respect them. Next thing I want to talk about the Jazz beat the Magic, man. Jazz, man. That live and die by the three. You know, thing that they going on. I don't care what he says. They live and die by that three. They beat up the Magic, man. They obviously the Jazz haven't really been shooting the ball well the past couple of games. I mean, they lost their last game because they did not shoot the ball well. That's just what I'm saying. I feel like they're such a vulnerable team when you take away their three. They're such a vulnerable team. I know they're good on defense, but they're such a vulnerable team on offense when you take away that three. And I wonder what happens when they go against a fully healthy contender that plays great defense that takes away their three. Who knows, man? The Magic, man, not much I can say about the Magic, man. They lost. Whoop de do. Not really a season for you guys to win. Nikola Vucevic still doing Nikola Vucevic things. And I think you guys, excuse me, I think you guys are still doing great things, even though y'all are down to starters. I think y'all should trade for DeMar DeRozan, in my opinion, but that's coming up in the next video. But hey, who knows, man? Um, like I said, like Vucevic had a pretty good game. 34 on some change. The Jazz are doing great things. Jordan Clarkson looking like the sixth man of the year, which I think he's gonna run away with that award. Who knows? But hey, Malik Monk might come for that title. Who knows? Um, But yeah, Jazz still doing Jazz things. I really want to see this team in a playoff position. Okay, obviously it's gonna be a playoff position. I'm talking about like in a playoff moment where they have to actually like win the playoff game. They came close last year, obviously, but hey, things happen. Jamal Murray happened, so I think they can definitely win. I think they can definitely win the West. They definitely win the West, but they'll need to like get like they need to find some other production rather than just the three. In my opinion, and I understand Rudy Gobert is like their main guy in the paint, obviously, but hey, I don't know, man. You're paying Rudy Gobert 200 plus million. Who knows? You gotta make that dude do something. Next game I'll talk about is the Mavericks beat the Nets, man. Oh, the game kind of hurt because it was close until like the third quarter, to the middle third quarter where they just exploded. But hey, the Mavericks beat my Nets. It sucks, but it happens. Obviously, there's no KD nor Kyrie, so James Harden kind of had to carry, even though he didn't have the best game ever. He was still doing great things. Luka Doncic still doing Luka Doncic things, man. It's Luka, man. You can't stop that dude. I don't care what he says. Um, Porzingis, man. We gotta talk about Porzingis, man. This is gonna be the bulk of the video, man. Porzingis, is he gonna get traded, man? Because I've been seeing something about him, his ass getting traded. I figured there's a report that came out of why people want this dude to be traded because of his camp. His camp is mostly his family. I believe it was his brothers, and like apparently they're going up at management saying, "Oh, he wants this, he wants that." When Kristaps Porzingis hasn't really done shit yet, except for probably in the bubble where he was averaging like 30. But like the management's been coming up saying, "Oh, give him this, give him that, and make him do this, make him do that." I'm like, chill, dog. You haven't even done much of this shit yet. I mean, like this is how teams break apart. Like obviously, you gotta put. I think in this league, you need a second star to. You need at least a second superstar to win a championship. That's why we thought Mavericks were. That's why we thought at one point the Mavericks were title contenders because they had two great superstars. Well, one All Star, one superstar, and they were on the pace to beat the Clippers. Man, I still think they were gonna beat the Clippers if Porzingis to get thrown out that game. But hey, it happens. Whatever, you move on. But hey, man, who knows, man? Will Porzingis get shit? What is it? What? Let me know in the comments what Porzingis should go. What team Porzingis should go to, man? I feel like he's still. No one's stupid enough to let go of Porzingis, in my opinion. I know his management is a shithole, but hey, that dude is still a generational talent, in my opinion. One of the weirdest but greatest bigs I've ever seen in my life. Um, but obviously, management people have 'em, man. It happens to the best of us. But we just gotta move on forward with it. I know Knicks fans are like, huh? We told you. Knicks fans, man. Knicks fans always want to talk shit, but hey, it happens. Knicks fans are like, I told you, we told y'all, Mavericks, we told y'all. But y'all are still, but I know y'all still a little bit about her, even though he did really well in that bubble, man. But hey, man, don't drag me, man. Next year, you're a 500 team now. Congratulations. But yeah, for the like I said, like the Nets loss, who cares? It's no loss. I still think they're gonna be a menace in the East. I do think the Sixers will win the East, but I definitely think the Nets will probably be a close second at the end of the day and probably eventually come out of the East. But hey, it happens. Wins and loss happens, and you just gotta move on, move forward. But that's the end of this video. Make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Make sure you let me know in the comment section what do you agree on, what you disagree on, especially about that Kristaps Porzingis thing I talked about. And what would you guys want me to do with my content? Should I push it forward? Should I still continue to post every single day, even though I missed one day? But hey, man, as always, we out. Peace.